And now I would like to welcome Tomáš Pfeiffer, the philosopher, biotronist, director of Senator Chamber and Institute for Traditional, Complementary and Integrative Medicine, founder of BIOTRONICS Center, Spiritual University Bytí, leading BIOTRONICS figure representing Josef Zezulka's legacy, orchestrating World Health Congress 2023, Institute for Traditional Complementary Integrative Medicine, promotes medical cooperation, organizes Platform 2020, and also he's the advocate for a UNESCO heritage, the Society of Josef Zezulka's representative. Thank you and welcome.
Děkuji. Děkuji.
Thank you.
Berete mi minuty.
You are stealing my minutes. I was thinking how to use my 15 minutes to be able to introduce a discipline which I have been practicing for more than 40 years. I would like to devote my talk to my teacher who demonstrated the best results out of all healers who had been working there. It was in very difficult times in the Czech Republic, which unfortunately continued also during my period. When we ask what biotronics is, I will try to explain the basic principles to you. Look at my hand. There is carbonium, calcium, phosphorus, iron, and other elements which we know from inorganic area. We are familiar with inorganic energies like light, radiation, and others. But at the same time, let's ask in what the biological form is different. This is an organization, its complexity. In the beginning, there were the first parts of establishment of the universe, and it starts. And at a certain moment, a form of life starts. At the moment, we are the most complex form of life on the planet, although it sometimes doesn't look like that. It would be very strange if we believed that that energy, which is connected with inorganic matter, must also be the same with organic matter. From this logical idea, we can deduce that there is a system of vital forces which may work well in health and incorrectly in disease. There are three basic parts of our beings. It's material part, somatic part, vital part, and mental part, or spiritual part, if you want. All of them might be ill, and in each of them there might be a cause, root cause of a disease, and this part of this compound of a being should be healed in first place. Our bodies are directed on the base of vital forces, electric forces, hormones, but also on the basis of systems which we recognized in Eastern teachings, in chakras, for example. But this is not the basis of my discipline, because chakras are energy centers. Biotronics works with a force which this system uses and creates. Let me start from a larger perspective. There is nothing, there is no space, there is no time. If something is to be, it must be created from nothing. This nothing starts dividing into phases until 4 basis elements are created. This is water, air, fire, and the earth. But these are only symbols. If you observe even in science the world, you can see that these 4 basic principles are present everywhere, starting from the DNA to seasons and others. The way how space and time are created, a rhythm is also established which balances between 2 poles. So nothing from what already exists cannot exist in the demonstration in a complete calm. Only unification of these forces leads to the understanding of the God's part through which we were created. If you want to use these forces, you need to adjust your own life and to unify life with this evolution. You cannot help and destroy yourself, drink alcohol or smoke or do any other things. Of course, you cannot kill, which was already explained by Katarina Vernice very well. But this is the question of your personal freedom. This is just my opinion, which I offer for your evaluation. So we use these 4 basic forces at higher levels on purpose. And we targeted to cells, organ tissues, organs, and vital centers. And this extends the work which a healer can manage. A sanator who can already manage the whole complex is able to work with different diagnoses. I don't want to show different statistics. This is something which you can look up. The most important thing is not here, but in your heart. And that's where the bridge to what I am explaining to you lies. This is connection philosophy with a practical application. As I told you before, Zazulka demonstrated objectively a large success in cancer treatment when tumors, the development of tumors was ceased and reduced. And there was no relapse after that. So I believe that also my discipline will become the interest of science. And sometimes I'm sad when I can see how a patient has been rescued, and I know that this is very limited. Such opportunities are very limited. So we all aim to help humans. And if everything is all right, it comes out of the heart. This is the most important thing. And wherever we work in Ayurveda, herbology, or force therapy, it's just one direction which we can take. We do not need to divide. This is completely unnecessary because we are following the same target. My discipline is very effective in a number of diagnoses which are complicated in medicine, and it's because medicine is very advanced and we all have very great respect to it. But unfortunately, not all illnesses are rooted in matter. Many of them are rooted in a mental compound, and many of them are rooted in that vital compound of a being. And for example, there were cases of President Reagan when science declared that after 10 years of treatment, they did not make much progress in understanding and and curing cancer, because what has only been done was a mere destruction of these problematic cells, because the tumor is a result of a process which has its deep causes, which can be influenced, and prevention is a big part of that, of course. But also other cases which are here are very interesting, but by the fact that there are very often no relapses. And sometimes the tumor receives and disappears completely. This is an example of a patient who was a doctor himself. This was a very interesting case, a lady who was fully diagnosed with the biopsy, with a complete medical documentation, such a large tumor which was inoperable. And she was diagnosed and she was supposed to be left to die practically. And this still was overcome through biotronic treatment. And this is another, there is one more case on the following slide. And thanks to God, we are very delighted that this lady was rescued. Harry Edwards was a man who was very precious for Mr. Josef Zazulka. Josef Zazulka said that Harry Edwards was one of the strongest British healers, and Zazulka was in contact with him until it was possible and until it was discontinued by the secret police. As you can see in this picture, the tumor is very visible, and I'm not showing all the examples. It's unfortunately not possible, but I would like to convey to you that the tumeric process has been described and understood in this whole link process and also applied practically. Another case which is ahead of us, in front of us, these are very complicated cases of malignant process with terrible prognosis, very serious prognosis, and this is one of them. This gentleman is still alive, and everything was solved let's say, within half a year, while the beginning of the treatment was started at distance or over distance. For me, this is a great honor to be able to convey these thoughts to you. There is a number of other diagnoses, for example, children's DMO, cardiovascular diseases, neurological diseases, and you can see a child after a week of stay in the Biotronic Center, and you see the child jumping again. There is an opportunity to be accommodated here for 20 years. People come here from the whole Czech Republic. There is no advertising. And the whole healing system and all the aid is provided free of charge. So it's not paid. People only cover accommodation costs, and if their finance does not allow this coverage, they are even allowed to be accommodated here free of charge. Because we biotronicists are in the role of priests, and there is nothing we buy and there is nothing we sell. So I was born like Josef Zazulka with my innate system, and there is, besides this one innate, my bodily system, an additional one which allows me to be connected to that universal source, and this is something which serves to humans. Some people have a talent in music or art, and others have a different innate talent. no matter what people think, results is something which is the most important fact. If you seek diamonds, you can filter millions of tons, and you will not find any. And just next door in a jewelry shop, there will be tens of them. So to be successful in our knowledge, we need to be attentive. We must not have any prejudice, because we never know how things really are, although we think we are right. We should realize how many times we have been already wrong. So let's realize there could be somebody who works in a very strange way. Biotronicists wash our hands in fire, not just above a candle, but in the fire flame itself, so as not to spread what we have withdrawn from the patient's body, because that's the first thing we have to do, because this is that, like spoiled bioenergy through that illness. And after this purification process, because that aura, the energy layer is something which is the result of the patient's state. So first we have to remove this spoiled energy, and then we can start the healing process itself. And we can use different kinds of forces. For example, we can concentrate with centripetal force, or we can dissolve energy, or solid matter with fugal force, or we can calm processes, or we can excite them. So this demonstration is a demonstration of God's aid. I have never wanted to be a healer. I have never wanted to build houses, but this is true that I have tried to be best to make it beautiful. That's my nature, but it's this way. Originally, I used to be a skeptic, and I would like to lead you to an idea, to realize what power faith and God's will has, because without realizing this, it had never crossed my mind that I would perform such a profession. And suddenly I was contacted by a great teacher, and he guided me during the first years, and then later he told me, you could try healing the first patient, something easy like neurosis, gastroneurosis. And after several years of practice, he told me, I think you could try healing some more complicated cases. And this is how I was guided by him. After the Velvet Revolution, my family had been publishing books for hundreds of years. This used to be a publishing house in the past. So then we gained the opportunity to gain finance, and we started creating this opportunity in the heart of Prague. And it's my great happiness that it was allowed to meet all of you here, to bring all of you who are experts in very unique branches, who bring ancient experience, or maybe also decades of experience, because that's why we are here. That's the aim. If you start thinking what the meaning of your life is, and after you have used all the list of own benefit, you realize that the greatest meaning of life is to be beneficial for the whole, because unity was in the beginning. And that's how variety was created, also variety in beings, and also you, because we all were created from unity. Whether it does not matter we are centrifugal, centripetal, excited or calm, we all matter what we look like, whether we are not kidding, and we all have similar trouble in our youth and in aging, because this is one world, one planet, one universe. If you receive the grace of gifts which come out of your life journey and from your elevation, you start to be more active and you start following what is called a spiritual journey. You stop thinking about yourselves only and for yourselves, and you realize that you have a different world vision, and this vision starts spreading, and you are reincarnated and you start having visions. I met my first teacher in a vision when I was walking on a field, and there were some crops, and there was a man sitting on a chair. And when I was approaching, I felt that my heart was opening, my chest was opening, and I could not get any further. And I had to bow in front of him. And he started talking to me telepathically, and then I met him in a person on the top of an Indian mountain that was Sri Maharishi. He preceded Mr. Josef Zasulka. So I would like to tell you that there is God's protective hand which guides you. And there is a meaning of every creature, every little moment, that nothing is unnecessary. And you don't need to worry that you will ever not be looked after well. Even if you are experiencing karma, this will be still completely correct, because this will be teaching you and guiding you to becoming better, because suffering is not the meaning, it's not the aim, because the God is not given by suffering is not given by God. That's us who actually create such suffering. So I wish you that you find as purest as possible freedom, because we all are free, and it's only up to us whether we go this or that direction. So I wish you God's blessing. I also wish that you receive what you need, because this is something which you will get anyway, because I'm too small to take any decisions. I can only describe something, show you something, but the main thing will come anyway. And also healing, also cure, which comes by the destiny, because only that one who is destined may come. This is no hazard, this is not random, because this is already directed by your past lives. If you helped in the past, you will be helped. If you did not help, you will be helped anyway, but just for a limited time. So God's love is something which is completely unlimited. This is the end of the journey. There is nothing else, just myself, which has unified with everything. Before that, we are still feeling to be differentiated, and it will take us still a long path to bridge this. But then your spiritual level will be elevated, and you will move behind Alice's door. You will be awakened, and something fantastic will follow. This world is something like a dream. You believe that it's realistic, it's real, the same way as if you have a dream at night. You are not able to tell whether this is real or not. And then you wake up in the morning and you realize this was a dream. This is something which has been described by numerous people. For example, a candle which is lit a room and it's mirrored. So modern physics starts revealing these facts, and it already somehow reforms old paradigms which we were presented with at school. One manner is not what it was presented to be. Time is not what it used to be presented. This is a logical evolution, not just in spiritual area, but this is completely synergic development in the area of science, physics, and any other disciplines. I know how they get connected, and things which were completely incredible are suddenly proven, and a great benefit is introduced to the humankind. And sometimes, unfortunately, science also is misused for destruction. And I believe that a time when a great change will come is soon. If you can see, you will be able to see what was here, what is here, and what will be. And there is no need to comment on that. Just the things which are to come may come. Because we should be humble creatures, and we should be very careful so as not to over-intervene into the development of the world. Even if a patient is being healed, it's not possible to help him without asking for a permission to the God. Because if we did not did this, we would be close to magic, because we would be too pushing against the God's will. So this is very important to be able to wait and to accompany, just to accompany a human, and sometimes it's very painful. You know this from the close ones who already left you. Isn't there a gong to come? Friends, I wish you all the best. In 2 years' time, if you want, there will be another Congress. Health 2025. This one will be available continually on the internet, so if you can, please feel free to share this so that the meaning of our performances is done. Because what we miss the most is information which is often distorted or incomplete or misleading or you know, it depends. So this is a process, like in all other cases, like in science. These are spiritual sciences, besides the material ones, and then there are many others. So I wish you a beautiful rest of the day. Thank you.
Please. Berete minuty dalšímu řečníkovi.
I'm sorry, because you are stealing minutes to the other presenters. You're stealing minutes to the other presenters.
Mr. Pfeiffer is apologizing for stealing minutes from the next presenter, but I can speak on behalf of everybody. We could listen to you forever. This speech has touched everybody's hearts. I speak for myself, but from watching everybody's facial expression, I can speak on everybody's behalf. I will not interrupt this energy with any additional comments.
On behalf of the members of the Presidium, we would like to present Tomáš Pfeiffer for his work, for his devotion, and mostly for being an example for all healers on the right values and the perspective that we must all adopt to be selfless and to be a healer for ourselves and for others. From Benares, which is one of the oldest cities of the world, I bring the goddess Annapurna. Annapurna is the goddess which takes food and fills our bellies so that we have the energy to move forward, to heal, and to be fulfilled. Anna is pure nutriment, and Purna is to be filled to completeness so that we are not in hunger of physical food, not in hunger of mental food. And BIOTRONICS provides that energy. I present this to you from Benares.
No,
I'm really honored and grateful, but I just feel that sometimes Annapurna looks after me too much, as you can see. Thank you.